Hey everyone, so I have been restoring some of my chisels, getting them really nice and sharp. You can see I let them get all in a bit of a bad way really, and put new handles on some. So I made this handle the other day, ash handle, just generally getting them sorted out in preparation for when I need them come spring. Doing woodwork and stuff, still got some work to do but they're very good. So I've got quite a few incredibly nice tools. Got this one too, really nice chisels, handmade handles, very old. This one's probably over 100 years old. Anyway, they need to make some covers for them. Now, I've never done any leather working or anything before, but we're going to give it a go. Got this scrap of veg tan leather here, and I'm going to go about making a sheath. I'm going to start with these two and maybe make them for all my tools. Okay, so I've just taped off the blade, and leather has been soaking for about half an hour or so. So let's just lay this over here, the way in which I can work with it. Leave enough on the edges. A bit more maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna start working it. Just using a wooden spoon. Yeah, should do the trick. Okay, so it's formed. I've just got it close to the fire, so we dry it out. Okay, so it's out, it's dried. Well, it's actually still damp, but it's holding its shape, and I've trimmed it down a little bit so it's a bit more square, and I've matched it with another cut off piece, so those two pieces will be like that. Now what's happened, which is quite fortunate, is that there is enough give and enough play in the leather to allow for that wedging to happen, and because of the shape it will actually hold it onto the chisel. So if you imagine that they're like that, the chisel can slide in between them down into there. Obviously once it's sewed, then that will keep that all held together. Those two pieces are going to come together like that, and then we're going to stitch that. I don't have all the proper leatherworking tools, not even close, so I just made myself a needle out of a screw, and I'm using some bits of thread that I pulled out from a bit of string, so we're going to use them. And I don't have like punches or anything like that, so I think I'm going to drill out the holes. So I'm going to lay it all out, mark it all up, and then drill the holes, and then we'll thread it. Okay, so hopefully you can see I've cut a line, like a channel there, and that's where the thread is going to lay into. I haven't done the back yet because I'm going to drill through, and then I'll know where the line is on the back. Okay, let's go and drill it. Okay, holes drilled. Now we're going to cut a channel groove on that side. Okay, so I've cut out all the channels for the thread to sit in, front and back. As with everything, it would be much easier. I had the right tool. There's a special tool that takes out like a V-notch, but I'm just doing it freehand with a Stanley knife. So now I'm going to put some stitches in it. Right then, stitching is done. It fits well. You see it slots in and it's got a nice click, slots in place nicely. So now I just got to trim it. Okay, check it out, it's actually coming along quite well. Quite happy with it. It works well, so you slide it in, clicks on, and it's quite strong. It's not going to come off like that. So, and the way it is, because it's been formed over the chisel, the edge can't cut the threads as it goes in. If I dropped it, it might be able to get to the bottom and cut them, but because it's wedged and the bottom's on the flat bit, as it hits it, and there's quite a space between it and it hits the threads, it would take quite a lot for it to lift it up, if you know, or drive it down. Actually, because it's wedged, you'd have to drive it down, so it'd more likely cut out through there. It would be better to have like some kind of piece of strip of leather here or something incorporated into the design, but I'm just learning. It's the first thing I've ever made with leather. So yeah, quite pleased with that. I'm just about to burnish the edges a little bit, and then I'm going to just got some coffee grounds, and put it in with some oil. I'm going to put that just on top of the fire, heat it up a bit, and try and make a bit of a dye. I could use shoe polish, but I haven't got any, so I thought I'd just make some out of coffee and see if it comes out a nice dark colour, make it look a bit old. Okay, let's give this homemade dye or polish, just coffee in a bit of oil that I put on the wood stove to try and help it dissolve in a bit. Try dunk a bit of that in there. So I got one of these little Leatherwork toolkits, like I think it's called a 44-piece Leathercraft toolkit. It's actually quite good. There's some quite good stuff in here. It's not really that great for the thickness of leather that I'm using, but yeah, there's quite good little bits. You've got this multi-tool with different attachments and stuff, and I've had to sharpen these. They didn't come really usable at all. I have had to sharpen them. But yeah, I mean, it's actually quite good, and you've got all these like engraving tools, quite a ridiculous amount of engraving tools with these different punches. Yeah, really, I think quite good value. I think it's about 24 quid. Anyway, I just made another pouch for another chisel. Here it is. So there's two made so far. That was the first attempt. I didn't have the tools for that one. That was the second attempt. I did have the tools for it. However, I'm not very good with the tools. I don't really know how to use them. So the first attempt's almost better than the second. I found, because I use like a drill press and stuff with this, I actually found this harder. Sorry, the cat's just come to investigate. Anyway, there's the two so far. Let's we'll go and find another chisel and make another one. So yeah, like I said at the start of this video, I've been working on getting all my tools sorted out and making having a go at Leatherwork to make sheaths from. But anyway, I was in Bristol to meet up with some friends the other day. Me and Dot went out just to see some friends. It's like Bristol's like halfway between us, so we decided to meet up. And there's a nice little tool shop there, and I picked up this for 20 quid. Nice socket chisel. I think it's probably a timber framing chisel. It's really got quite a mass to it, really nice. I started wire brushing it and stuff, giving it a bit of a getting some of the mill scale off. Mill scale is quite good actually for the rust and stuff. When you're restoring, you want to get it off really and start from scratch. It's a Marples, and I think this might end up being my go-to chisel because it's so fat and chunky, and for the rough sort of heavy work that I tend to do, I'm gonna have a hard time chipping this or damaging it. Really nice socket chisel. It's got this little handle with it, little socket handle, but I mean it's seen better days, so make another handle, make a new handle, and a nice leather sheath for it. Right, well I don't have a lathe, so what I do when I make handles is I got some ash. This is ash from my own woodland. It's not completely dry yet, but it's I roughed it out smooth and left it for a number of days near the fire. It's not split or anything, and it is getting lighter. It's not completely dry, so I'm going to keep it oversized a little bit. Because I don't have a lathe, I have to get pretty creative. Now what I do is I screw a chunky screw into each end, and I put it in a drill like that. As you can see, I've got my vise set up with a tool rest, and I've got a little hole in the bench there like that, and that goes in there. I brace that up against my body and just run it along at a slight angle. And you know, once you get a load of the mass off and you get it done shaped up, then you can get some some emery cloth or something, you know. It doesn't take much to get a lathe finished like that. It's a bit shonky, but you know, it works. Alright, let's we got that part of the handle down to about the size I want it, probably about the length, a little bit longer than before. That's what we want. So now I'm going to turn that taper. Now I'm going to use the plane for this for the most part and try and get it quite close up to the edge. Hang on, let's just clear this blade up. Turn this down a little bit. Put our end in there, sticking out a little bit so we can get up to the end of it. The way. Just keep doing that until we get down to the right profile. You see it's turning it well. Yeah, it's getting there. You get the idea. Carry on. I'll show you once I'm done. Right, let's fit this end cap. We need one of them. It'd be nice to have a nice new one, but we'll use the old one. So we'll mark that up there. Right, let's get this turned down. Okay, it's mostly roughed out. Let's get this sanded down. Try and not get our hand wrapped up in this. Okay, let's hammer this ferrule, I think they called it, on. See if it fits. Really tight we want this. Just cut those little bits off with a knife as they come down, they're bunching up. It's because this isn't perfectly circular, because it's old and been battered. Cut them off. Right, see if this will knock in. Oh, getting good so far. There we go, lovely. Oh, shit, there we go. Beautiful. And we just get that edge sorted out. Be nice. There we go, and that was made from one of them. That's the other half of the bit. So it's nice if you've got an ash tree, split some bits off, find a bit that's fairly straight grain, split some bits off, leave them to dry in the shed for as long as you can. Like I say, this isn't completely dry, but I think it'll be alright. Use it for your handles. Right, so now we're going to get this mega sharp, like ready for work sharp. And then we'll make a nice leather sheath for it and continue the leather work inside of this video. Okay, let's get to it. There we go, nice and sharp. Just thought I'd do the old shaving test. I don't know if you can see and hear that. Come on, focus. There we go, you can see anyway. Lovely and sharp. Okay, so got the start of it clamped up. I'm just experimenting with different designs. I've done some different things now. So this is glued, clamped. I don't have any of the right glue, so I'm just using normal glue, so I've got to wait for it to dry for a bit. So I've made like edging so that the blade can't, the bevel of the chisel can't cut the stitching, and hopefully as the chisel, because it's quite fat, separates them apart, that will grip it. That's the plan. Just experimenting with different leatherwork techniques and things. I'm learning it, you know, it's the first I've ever done it really, so learning as I go. A few YouTube videos here and there, all that. So yeah, I'll let that dry for a minute and then we'll do some stitching. Right, out the clamps, dry, sort of holding together, good enough for stitching I think. So now I'm going to mark out some stitching lines and drill some holes. Okay, drill some holes. Okay, so there we go. There's 3 that I've made for these chisels. Made handles, new handles, and sharpened them all up, restored the chisels, and we've made sheaths for them. This is my first attempt at leatherwork. I think it went alright. I experimented with a few different techniques. That one's wet formed, and the edges being at the angle they are stop the blade from being able to hit the sides. That works quite well for that. Doesn't fall off either. This one that we've just made is it has the pieces of leather strips down the side, so that you can't hit the stitch with the blade with the leather stripping down the side. Hope that's in focus. Yes, that one's really good. Pleased with that. And then this one here, wet form this one, because it's, you know, it's just experimenting with different techniques and stuff. This one's quite nice. It kind of like clicks in, so like that. Put a little butterfly stamp on them, so I know which way is the front, because they go on one way better than the other. So yeah, really pleased. These were, you know, rusted old chisels, and now they're not rusted old chisels, new handles. These are ready to be put into action now. I'm going to get a lot of use out of these. I think this one's going to be my go-to. Really do. This is really like my style. I can really thump on this, but it's also really razor sharp now as well. So I think that will be my go-to for quite heavy work. Which way around does this go? That way. For like quite heavy work. This is for, you know, smoother, a bit more delicate work, not really for pounding on. And then the big one over there, mostly used for pairing, to be honest. That's more of a slick than, it's not actually a slick, but it'd be, I use it as a slick because it's what I've got. Yeah, all of these tools here came from the little shop in Bristol. Got a good fair price for them, and I've restored them, and now they've got nice leather sheaths, and hopefully they'll work for another 100 years or so. So yeah, I'm going to call this video in there. It's already quite long. Okay, so hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.